Good afternoon. I'm Lon Gonzalez, and this is South Texas Midday. Congressman Vicente Gonzalez stopped by the Asian Cultures Museum Wednesday evening for a town hall meeting focusing on several topics that are concerning voters. Among the issues targeted were the massive cuts to Medicare and Medicaid, migrant issues, gun control measures, voter engagement, and a variety of topics that garnered quite a few questions. Some of the attendees had their own reasons for being at the town hall, and they all focused on current changes in federal policies.
Good, bad, or ugly, there's no other country like the United States. And the reason I'm here is to make sure our Constitution stays the way it is, because the president does not believe in it. And that is sad.
The current administration is just destroying the Constitution. I'd like to stand in opposition to that. That's the main reason I'm here. I want to save America.
Congressman Gonzalez outlined his talk to target the political changes taking place and how some challenges are being met by Democrats who are facing a Republican surge in the area.
Well, I think you start off with groups like this, talking to people. I would make it more bipartisan and invite middle of the road, independents and some Republicans and moderate Republicans, and talk about things that impact everybody and try to find common ground and bring people over to your camp to vote for you.
Gonzalez, as mentioned, spoke on several issues he feels are important to residents, like hoping to bring back young men to the Democratic Party, finding common ground to engage on issues, as well as other areas of conversation that included LGBTQ plus matters, judicial independence, border security, and activism. The Corpus Christi Housing Authority Board has put a plan to offer tax-exempt status to apartment complexes on hold as new Housing Authority members look over the deals that have come under fire. Program offering tax-exempt status to apartment complexes for reserving units for low-income renters, and the program's critics say it's affecting local tax revenue. Officials from both the city of Corpus Christi and Nueces County are warning that the unchecked program could cost more money if it continues. Meanwhile, housing program advocates say that stopping this program could limit housing options for many families. The Housing Authority Board says the current pause on the program will last about 30 days, giving the board time to review the program's impact. Corpus Christi police are investigating a shooting incident at Southgate Drive and Rojo Street, that's near Ayers, resulting in a teenage girl being wounded. Witnesses told police that the girl tried to intervene during a fight between two young men and was shot in the process. The suspect ran to some nearby townhomes after firing several shots. There's been no update on the girl's condition. From 2016 to 2023, Texas health data shows that there's been an almost 60% increase in Texans reporting their mental health is not good. One group in Corpus Christi is looking to help those struggling and has an event coming up this Saturday. Emily Salazar has more.
The National Alliance on Mental Health Greater Corpus Christi was founded in 2016 to humble beginnings. As local affiliate leader Heather Loeb explains,
basically, a couple of volunteers got together and they were running it out of their house. And when I came along, they were looking for an office space. And I was like, hey, I can help you with that. My husband does office space. And so we moved into this tiny little, 600 square foot office. And we were really proud of that. And so we kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and now we have a huge office, and we have about 8 or 9 people who do the day-to-day stuff, and we're really proud of that.
NAMI services are free and offer support groups, educational classes, presentations, and awareness events. They also help Corpus Christi Police Department officers with crisis intervention.
A lot of our referrals are from 988. If someone was thinking about suicide or somebody attempted, they would call 988, and then they would refer them to us. We do have those support groups. We have 2, actually. We have one for people with mental health conditions, and those are our referrals from 988 a lot of the time. And then there's one for family members who are kind of the caregivers in that situation.
On Saturday, NAMI GCC will be hosting a Celebrity Jeopardy fundraiser to help keep their current operations running and continue to advocate for individuals affected by mental illness.
So every year we ask local stars to come and compete. This year we have Nueces County Judge Connie Scott. We have Dolly Gonzalez-Trolley, who's a CCISD board trustee. And then we have Channel 3's Leslie Adamy, who's the evening anchor there. And so they do one round of Jeopardy. It's so fun. There's 30 questions, but it's all mental health questions. And we do give them a study guide, and we give them tips and stuff. We don't just make them go out there. But they study those study guides, and it's so funny. It's just it's just great to watch them interact and work. They can get the audience involved, and, it's really great.
The event takes place at the Corpus Christi Country Club from 6 to 9. For KDT News, I'm Emily Salazar.
Mercedes ISD Superintendent Benjamin Clinton resigned from his position this week following a DWI arrest May 16th in the community of Los Fresnos. According to reports, Clinton was driving on the shoulder lane of Highway 100 and was stopped by a DPS trooper. Several empty bottles of vodka and whiskey were found in the vehicle. Clinton had been on administrative leave since May 21st. And had been superintendent of the Mercedes ISD since February of this year. Former Harlingen CISD Superintendent Alicia Noyola has been serving as interim superintendent. A scuffle during a softball game between Taft and Mathis has led to multiple penalties for several involved in that fracas. The incident happened April 15th during a 3A District 29 championship game between Mathis and Taft. A fight between two players led to a larger-scale incident with a Mathis coach reportedly shoving a Taft player. Wednesday, the University Interscholastic League suspended the Taft High School player. She'll be serving a 2-game suspension in the 2026 season. Also, several coaches were placed on probation. Mathis assistant softball coach Brianna Cruz received a 1-year probation and public reprimand. Mathis head softball coach Sierra Gaitan and Taft head softball coach Enrique Trevino both received a 1-year probation. Both softball programs also placed on probation for a year, and they must provide UIL plans for safety protocols at athletic events. For a third consecutive time, a bill requiring prisons to have air conditioning has likely died in the Texas Senate. House Bill 3006 by State Representative Terry Canales of Edinburgh would have required the installation of climate control in phases by the end of 2032, passed the House in early May. Still, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick never assigned it to a Senate committee, letting the bill miss a key deadline to advance it through the chamber. The contents of the bill could still be attached to another as an amendment or as part of a budget stipulation, but it's unlikely this late into the legislative session, which ends on Monday. The bill would have mandated that the Texas Department of Criminal Justice purchase and install climate control systems to ensure temperatures are maintained between 65 and 85 degrees in certain areas. The installation would have occurred in 3 phases, capped at $100 million per phase, and completion is set for 2028, 2030, and 2032. And finally, in Japan, bobtail cats are considered good luck, and Nagasaki is the place to find them. They're known as omagari neko, which is bent-tailed cat, or kagi neko, the hook cats, and have their own society of admirers and even a dedicated Shinto shrine. Nagasaki Cat Society member Kaizuka Hideshima says their tails come in varieties, including hook-shaped at the tip, curved, or in a bun. Veterinarian Soshin Yamamoto says the large Nagasaki bobtail population is likely the result of a genetic mutation that reproduced in a relatively isolated environment when the nation was closed off. Residents hope the cats bring in tourists and help business. And that's the latest on South Texas Midday. I'm Lon Gonzalez. Your community arts calendar and more is on the way.